If you are a mommy on the go, mommy on the go, mommy on the go, or a daddy on the go, daddy on the go, daddy on the go, this air fryer oven makes everything so quick. See, this is it. It looks pretty big. It's 12 pounds, I guess, 17 pounds. We're gonna open it up and check it out. Let's see.
Super excited to use this. It has many different functions. It's pretty big and I can get a lot in it, and it is a plug-in, so you are going to be using some electricity, but this is fun, you guys. I'm so excited to try this guy out. I hope you guys try these recipes.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Faith's Oven. So today at Faith's Oven, we are going to experiment with an air fryer oven. I had never used an air fryer oven. I had barely used a toaster oven, but the company Michelangelo, they have pots, they have pans, they have air fryers, ovens, and they sent me one. They wanted to collaborate and they wanted me to try a couple of different recipes, and they wanted me to put my own spin on it, and I tried my own recipes with the air fryer oven, and it was a blast, y'all. I got 5 recipes for y'all today. I hope you guys try these recipes. Don't forget to check the description box down below for discount for Michelangelo air fryer oven and recipes, you guys. Don't forget to check the description box for the recipe, the measurements, and don't forget to share your gift with the world and use it for God's glory. In the name of Jesus Christ, Faith's Oven, let's try this air fryer oven by Michelangelo.
Okay, so look at all these functions: fries, wings, pizza, steak, fish, toast, chicken, broil, vegetable, defrost, yogurt, bake, dehydrate, and I think keep warm. That's what it is. So when you use this guy, you're gonna hold the on and off button for a couple of seconds, and then you're gonna push menu, and menu's gonna take you to each function. So let's go.
So the first recipe that we are going to try is called a dump cake. I don't know if you guys have tried a dump cake before or if it's in your family. My mother has been making this since I was a little itty bitty girl, and I remember like trying to make my own little miniature one like in the oven myself. So to try it in this Michelangelo air fryer oven has been awesome because I made it within 7 minutes, which is crazy because it usually takes me between 35 and 40 minutes to make it. But it's a dump cake. You just dump fruit in it, and then you do cake mix, and then you do butter. And you guys know I'm a butter girl and I love butter, so I hope you guys try this recipe.
So you guys see my ingredients. I have a butter cake, of course, or a yellow cake, peaches in the can with the syrup, and butter. So first thing that I do is I add my peaches, and I add plenty, but I don't like a big mouthful of peaches that are not cut up. So I decide to cut my peaches a little bit smaller. You guys choose what you like and how you like the texture and what size you guys want the peaches to be. So after that, I add a bit of the syrup because we're going to add this to the air fryer oven and we don't want her to be dry. So I add a little bit more of the syrup. There we have it. And then I go ahead and I add that cake mix. You guys, I promise you this is one of the easiest dessert recipes, and I honestly have not found anyone that has not enjoyed this recipe. And the fact that it only takes 7 minutes to cook is crazy. 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to slice my butter. You guys want to keep your butter in the refrigerator because if it's in the refrigerator, it's easier to cut. You don't want it all extra soft. So I kept it in the refrigerator. I pulled it out and I cut it in slices just like this, and I just add butter to the top of our dump cake, and as much butter as you would like, you guys. Don't overdo it. I feel like anything buttery is so good though, and you can't help it. So I want to cover all the cake mix, every little spot, because it's going to give it a little bit of a crunch, and that's what I like. So once we do that, I'm going to bake at 250 degrees. So you can set the timer and you can set the temperature. When you set that temperature, it's at bake. So I'll put it at 350 degrees. And then I put it for 15 minutes. I thought it was going to take at least 15 minutes, but to my surprise, it literally only took 7 minutes. So this is me showing you guys me cooking it. And then when I pull it out, of course, you guys want to get your oven mitts. And I pulled her out and look, all finished, you guys. We have dessert. Dump cake is like my go-to easy dessert because you cannot lose. You do want to make sure you get your ice cream though. Get you some vanilla ice cream or some butter pecan or some pecan praline right on top of that peach dump cake. And the good thing about the dump cake is that you can use different fruits. You could try apples, you could try cherries. I know people have done different things, blueberries, and it's just delicious. So that was our first recipe, and let's move on to our next recipe. Parmesan crusted chicken fingers. Yummy.
This next recipe is Parmesan chicken fingers. Pretty simple. You guys know I'm not really all about that chicken life, but it looked really interesting in the recipe book. This is the recipe book. I hope you guys can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. So this is the recipe book. But it had Parmesan chicken fingers, and you can dip it in sauce, preferably honey mustard or barbecue sauce. Super easy. This cooked for about, I want to say all in all, about 12 minutes on each side. I think it was about 12 minutes, but I like flipped it halfway mark. So like at 6 minutes, I turned it over. Super easy recipe. Hope you guys try this one. My kids enjoyed it.
All right, so we will grab a bowl and we will start off with 1/2 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then we're gonna mix that in, and we're gonna set that bowl to the side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grate some Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna grate very finely till I get about 3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. You guys know how I feel about grating my own cheese. It tastes better when it's in the block rather than buying the store-bought already pre-grated. So I just have my think about that. I pray that you guys grate it yourself. And then we're gonna get some breadcrumbs. So we're gonna get some panko breadcrumbs, about 3/4 cup of that. And then we're gonna mix it with the Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then we're going to mix that together. Mix it together, and then we're going to set that bowl to the side. And then we're going to get another bowl. This is going to be 3 bowls, you guys. And then we're going to crack 2 eggs, and then we're going to mix them really fast. I did not know how fast I stir. I'm really like a mixer until I saw this video. Okay, so from here, we're going to go ahead and dip our chicken fingers into the flour, then the egg, and then the breadcrumb Parmesan cheese mixture. And we're gonna put them on our tray that was so kindly given by our Michelangelo air fryer oven. And we're gonna do as many as can fit. I probably could have fit like 4 or 5 because I could have put some at the bottom, but I just did 3 because I wanted to see how they were gonna come out. So this is just like the prime example. I just want you guys to be able to see how easy it is. And then we are going to set our air fryer oven at broil, which starts off at 360 degrees. And then I'm going to put the timer on for 15 minutes. But like I said earlier in the video, that the chicken only cooked for about 12 minutes, give or take. You guys make sure that, you know, I didn't want my chicken to be dry, so I cooked it for about 12 minutes or so. 6 minutes on each side. I'm showing you guys how it looks. And so you are going to have to turn your chicken. Doesn't it look good already? This is like at the 6-minute mark. So I'll pull them out with my tongs and I turn each one over. It's really hot too, you guys, really hot. And then I push it back in and I let them cook for another 6 minutes. And literally that is it. As you guys know that I have Alfredo sauce on my channel and we hit 1 billion views, yay! Anyway, I think that this chicken would go perfect with Alfredo sauce pasta and this Parmesan crusted chicken. I think that this would be perfect, and add some broccoli or spinach, and oh my goodness. Anyway, the chicken came out perfect, you guys. It's so juicy. It was cooked in like 12 minutes, give or take. Maybe 13 minutes if that, but like I said, you guys, I can't rave enough about how fast this air fryer oven cooks. I'm just shocked that Michelangelo came up with this. I think that you guys should try it. I hope you guys are inspired by some of these recipes, but this was a really, really good one. It was nice and crunchy on the outside and soft and tender on the inside. All right, y'all, moving on to our third recipe, garlic roasted potatoes with broccoli, which I also think will go perfect with that Parmesan chicken fingers, y'all.
So this next recipe, it's like 2 things in one. I roasted some potatoes. I have a little slip up, you guys can see that. And I roasted some broccoli. I love garlic roasted broccoli and potatoes. This is an easy one also. I hope you guys try this one. This was a really super quick one. So check it out for you.
All right, y'all, just giving you a little glimpse of my roasted broccoli that I used in the oven. I like it a little bit more charred, but you know, you do what you do. So here I am adding olive oil to a bowl. You guys, 1.5 tablespoons is probably plenty. I did 2 tablespoons here, but 1.5 is more than plenty. And then here I minced 2 large cloves of garlic, and then I seasoned my oil and my garlic with some salt and pepper, and I went on ahead and mixed it together. I wanted to flavor my oil really well with that garlic and that salt and pepper, so I stirred it really well. And so then here I have mini potatoes, red, and I want to say these are the Gold Yukon potatoes. They cook really well all the way through, so I love that. And so I'm cutting them in 4s, and then I'm gonna add, this is where I added that thyme. You guys, I didn't have my top on all the way with, you know, the little portion control part, and I added too much and I had to remove it. Now thyme, you only want to add probably like a 1/4 teaspoon. My stuff still came out good, thank God, because we love thyme in this household. So it is what it is. You guys get to see me raw and unedited in my cooking in my kitchen sometimes. So I just added my potatoes to the bowl. I mixed them really, really well to get them garlicky, salt and pepper, and thymy, and they came out so good. But I'm adding all of them to a pan one by one. I'm giving them each a little bit of space so that they can cook thoroughly. I like my fries, my potatoes, when I do roast them, to have a little bit of a crunch. So I ended up cooking these potatoes for about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. I want to say I cooked them for 3.5 minutes on each side, so maybe 7 minutes at the most. But here I am going to turn them over. I cooked them for 3.5 minutes, and then voila, don't they look beautiful? And so I'm going to turn them over one by one, and then we will roast the other side for another 3 minutes. Potatoes, I don't know if you guys know, but potatoes are my favorite food. I love them roasted, I love them baked, I love them boiled. I love potatoes, period. So here I am just chopping up my broccoli, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm just gonna add them to that bowl that had the olive oil, garlic, salt, pepper, and thyme in it. Mix it in really well, and then I'm gonna put them on a tray, and we are going to cook them in the oven also for maybe 3 minutes also. If I wanted a little bit more char, I would keep them in a little bit longer. But that's it, you guys. This was such a simple meal, and like I said before, this can pair well with the Parmesan chicken fingers. So I decided to pair my roasted broccoli and roasted potatoes with black quinoa, bell peppers, onions, and then I added just a little bit of ranch on top and some black quinoa. Oh my goodness, y'all, fire. So moving on to our 4th recipe. My kids are in love with this, guys. S'mores. Let's go.
This recipe was the hit with the kids. It was s'mores. Like, I got my little ramekins and I put some chocolate chips and graham crackers and marshmallows. I love how it roasted the marshmallows. Super quick s'more recipe that you guys can try. Hope you guys try this in your air fryer. Hope you guys tried this Michelangelo air fryer. Check it out.
Okay, y'all, so first things first, I honestly think that you can roast everything together at the same time. But I was like, you know what, let me melt my chocolate chips first in my little ramekins. I hope you guys have some of these. I baked at 350 degrees for about 4 minutes. I want to say I stopped it right at three minutes. Everything is like 3 minutes over here. So I melted the chocolate chips. I pulled my ramekins out, and as you can see, my chocolate is melted in that little bit of time. So then I crunched up some graham crackers and I added them to our bowls. My daughter was helping me, and then I mixed it in a little bit. And so honestly, I think I should have added like a little, I mean, if you guys have Hershey's, go ahead and add your Hershey's bars, add them in there, add your graham crackers, and add your marshmallows. In my little ramekins, I have 4 marshmallows. I have the large marshmallows, you guys. That's what you make s'mores with, right? Yeah, large marshmallows. So I add them, and then from there, we just add all 4 into our air fryer oven for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, you guys, and you have the best toasty, oh my goodness, marshmallows, and everything is melted, and it is so good. So like I said again, you guys, you can do it the way I just showed you on the camera, or you can just add everything together all at once, and then you have these wonderful s'mores bowls. The bowls will be hot, so you can put them on another bowl or a plate or something, and it's just nice. I love a toasty marshmallow, you guys, and the chocolate is melted. It's just perfect. But my kids, this was a hit with my kids. So I hope you guys try this one.
Rev, how do you like the s'mores situation?
I love it. If she can eat s'mores, then so can I.
They keep tearing these things up.
This is gone.
How do you like it?
I love it.
No, eat your dinner first, Titus. Come on. Liz already ate her dinner.
Well, at least you made my favorite rice.
Last recipe was their pecan dark chocolate chip cookies. Now, this recipe is phenomenal, and I want you guys to try it with ice cream, and I'll tell you why in a little bit.
Let's go ahead and start off with 1 cup of pecans. I am going to chop mine up. Now, if you guys want to roast your pecans first, go for it. I should have done this because I love roasted nuts, but I just chopped up my 1 cup of pecans. And then I'm going to add 1/2 stick of butter, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and a 1/2 cup of white sugar. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla and 1 egg. And then we are going to mix really well. Just mix it in. You guys can use your stand mixer if you would like. I just decided to mix by hand today with a wooden spoon. And then we're going to add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then a pinch of salt. You guys know my salt of choice is pink Himalayan salt for like almost everything. So I mixed the dry ingredients together, and then I went on ahead and added them to my wet ingredients, and I stirred some more. The dough came out really, it was such a nice texture. And as we mix, we go ahead and we add the rest of our flour mixture, and we stir some more. Then after we stir everything together, get everything mixed really well. And like I said, you guys, if you want it to be much easier, just go ahead and use your stand mixer or a mixer. I'm gonna go ahead and add a 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1/2 cup of milk chocolate chips, and then I added all my chopped pecans, and I mixed that together. So once I'm finished mixing everything together, I went on ahead and took a tablespoon of the dough, and I made our little balls, and we put them on the cookie sheet. I put about 6 of them on the cookie sheet. Now this is the part that got me. In the recipe book of Michelangelo for air fryer oven, this is where I got this recipe from. The recipe is wonderful, but it says to cook at 350 degrees for 15 minutes. Now I did that, and my cookies came out a little bit too charred. They were like roasted on the outside, crunchy on the outside, but really undone in the middle. So I decided to turn the oven all the way down to 260 degrees, and I cooked them for about 4 minutes or so, and this is how my cookies ended up coming out. Now, they still had a little bit of undoneness in the middle, but this is why I said that you guys should get your ice cream, because you can have cookie dough ice cream. Yay! It's crunchy on the outside and a little soft in the middle, if that's what you guys like. So these cookies were really easy. The recipe was excellent, but I did end up making the rest of my cookies in my regular convection bake oven because I couldn't get them quite the right texture that I wanted. So the recipe, you guys, is phenomenal, but if you guys like them a little undone in the middle, then this is the perfect recipe for you. I will go ahead and try it. I hope you guys tried these recipes. I hope you liked, and I hope you guys bear with me. God bless. Faith's Oven.
The cookie recipe will probably go great on ice cream, because you know how like a lot of people like the cookie dough in ice cream. So if you like it like that, kind of cooked and crispy on the outside, but not all the way down on the inside, it'll be perfect for ice cream and cookie dough ice cream. Perfect. Try that recipe for that. Okay, so the beautiful thing about this Michelangelo air fryer oven is it makes everything so quick. Especially like if you eat dinner and then you want dessert. I like dessert. I don't always have to have it. A lot of times I'll have fruit, but when I want to bake something really quick, like a dumb cake or a couple of cookies, the air fryer oven is quick. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it makes everything so much quicker. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing when stuff is just easily accessed. But it just makes it quick if you want to cook something. I just love for everybody to cook for themselves, so I think that this is a bonus. Anyway, all right, just had to let you know that.